Hey there, M here. Welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. Last time, a bunch of things happened, including Sakura getting outed as the spy, and Hina getting hurt by Jill. This episode, we're gonna take Alter Ego to the secret room, and I apologize if my voice is a bit thrashed, because doing Sakura's voice that loud kinda hurt it a bit, I would say. Just need to go in here.
Hey.
Hey, Makoto. Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And make sure you don't run off. I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful, I thought I'd made her mad again.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go! Okay, I'm going.
So then.
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Right. Yoo-hoo. I'm just gonna check the secret room. No, I'm not in here. I'm not here. I'm a shadow. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. Instead of check the drawers first. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it! This is a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. And that should do it. Hi.
That's right.
Yeah! I think it worked!
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us, as friends. Friends? Even me? Yeah, I mean, you helped us out through a lot, Alter Ego. You're a buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Makoto. Yeah, no problem, Alter Ego. I nearly said Chihiro. How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the, documents were gone. Just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Kyoko!
What?
Yes? So we're just gonna split
Why
up?
that?
Of course. I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct?
Whew.
Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we...
so...
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego...
Correct.
All we can do is wait, and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. Yeah. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. Oh, is it free time? I'm kinda tired, so I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all... Oh shit, early bedtime! I had completely dozed off. Ding dong. Hello? The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Who's there?
Makoto.
Get out here. Kyoko? What's going on? I kind of fell asleep.
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me, and she was white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Hi, Aoi. Rec room? Makoto! Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right! In the rec room! What's inside? There was a window on the rec room and I hurried to look inside. And when I did, what? Shit, Sakura! Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head. Oh, we gotta get in there. What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. Oh, no. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why? It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair.
In other words.
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in?
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here! Come on, just hold on. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? I hope so. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence, but that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom! In the classroom! Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto? Please. Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two, stand back! I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. Crash! The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... No, not her. All I felt was cold death. You know, people usually say things like it's just a game, but I don't know what to say. Sakura's dead. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then... Oh no. Wow, that's just wonderful. Great. I feel like Aoi in this now.
Huh?
Huh?
Sakura's
Oh no.
dead? She's really dead?
Oh, Aoi. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on. The best character in the game is dead. At Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction? Oh. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And why? Good question. Why? Why did it have to be Sakura? Why couldn't it have been someone like Byakuya? Someone I sure as hell wouldn't miss! Why did this have to happen again? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed, and the wind changed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed, and after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ogre!
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you! Hiro Byakuya Toko! One of you killed Sakura! Not again! I just got through with this not too long ago! You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it! I know it! You... Wait, what? Who's talking? Wait, let me think. Who's not here? There's Aoi, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. It's Monokuma, isn't it? You know it? Yeah, of course it's you. Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right! It's the next Monokuma file! If I could, I would strangle you right now, except I know that would get me killed. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura? Uh-huh. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then... Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is just totally irrelevant now! Sakura came to a most incredible end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that! It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Cause even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one. You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing! I know the feeling. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. Aoi, slap him again, please. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it, so none of these people can go near her. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. Aoi, please, smack him! An order?!
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura! I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her!
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her! Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here! Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What?! You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care! I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway! Do you, right, Jill? Do you happen to share that talent with Toko? And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? Besides, I don't want to get blamed again like last time. Oh wait, that's already happening!
It's all clear.
Then it's decided. Nothing's decided! I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But...
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Yeah, we have to let it happen, Aoi. Fine. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her! Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body? I'm never talking to you again. I mean, I didn't want to talk to you in the first place. I just wanted to do it in case you'd give me a scale, which you did. And now I, much like how you feel with everyone else, I don't have any more use for you.
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Someone's gonna pay for this. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There was evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at this point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Oh, I can see it back there too. I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why's that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In
other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits this crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations, so for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type was when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In other
room.
words...
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Right. What's that, a handkerchief? This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah! I mean, I gave it to her! That's a candy wrapper! Sakura got super upset when she found out Shidasai Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. What's this? There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Was that smashed over her head? I mentioned a head injury. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. That looks like a chess piece. I see blood back there. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Because it mentioned that she vomited blood. That must be it, right? Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. But Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Well, any ideas?
What the heck?
We already know who did it! Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro! It had to be one of them! They couldn't stand the sight of her! You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina, it's impossible not to have any regrets, I know. Okay, so I guess I gotta go talk to those three. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Alright, Byakuya, we'll start with you. What do you want? You're bothering me. Oh, I'm bothering you, huh? Well, surely you can confirm something for me. That's not gonna take up much of your time, right? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? She's not the monster in this room, you are. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura at all today. Byakuya says you didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Wait, what's this? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein, and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab has all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So-
I can't say for sure yet. But you're probably gonna want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. I don't know either. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside. Oh, wait. Oh, I see! That's where it came from. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And they each have a figurine, and inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. It looks like chess pieces, like I said. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottles? Well, you don't notice something, Makoto? It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. Monokuma bottle, if you will. Okay, is that all I have to look for in here? I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. I think so too. Wait, what? Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they'd left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not? Because we saw no one come out of the locker.
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, I see. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Okay, is there anything else in here?
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then...
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Right, we gotta go talk to Hiro and Toko. Okay, I'm gonna get transported here right away. Well, I still gotta check the chem lab. Okay, we'll start with whoever's closer, and I believe that's Toko, so let's see. Hey, no, that's Sayaka. Hey, Toko, you want some words? I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Oh, is it Jill? Oh no, it's Toko.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
I want to talk to you, Toko.
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Geez, even Makoto sounds pissed. I would be too.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Well, you two act kind of similar in some ways.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Come on, let's talk. Well, what do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yes. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet up with you. I don't know what you're talking about! Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with you. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? Yes, you did. Now elaborate! I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit it. I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was so scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Well, I don't know about Jill. Wasn't Jill the active personality at that point when she was in the room? Yasuhiro, hey! I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yes. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. In all honesty, I don't believe you could have killed her, considering that you seemed like really scared when she got berserk in that nurse's room. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person. And she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. Of course you don't. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash. Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Oh, then explain the candy wrapper. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Whoa, what happened here?
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just to make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Nope, I got it. Look at all this on the floor! This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. I'll be careful, there's poison on the ground, it looks like. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Yeah, that looks like poison. C4? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words,
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go, chop chop. How about no? I'm just gonna shove these back in your face. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me, so when you look at it like this... Interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Shame. I was hoping to find a reason to kill you myself. Unfortunately... But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Why is there a poison right by that? The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. Hello, there's a C9 poison chemical there. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! Oh, now you notice. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I'm really hoping you're the killer so you can finally get out of this game. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Alright, first I'll check the body. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure out anything. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. I know I'd never get used to it. I don't know, just the idea of touching the dead is just... Ugh.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind. Wait, no, you can't just say stuff like that and not expect people to know an explanation.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. That's the powder. Her shoes? You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It
would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Alright, thank you, Kyoko. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright, so she said the bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Does it have to do with them being chess pieces? Then there's a second one missing, I think. So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. Chess pieces? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Yeah, I don't think she trusts you quite yet, Makoto. No answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Alright. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that? I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so... Well, at least we agree on that. The fucker's obnoxious. Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Alright, and just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. I hope so. First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
in other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible? Good
I
question.
knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
Hey.
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. Not really, I don't get it. So, what do you think? It's all on you. I don't get it. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of those who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled! She's the killer for sure! That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer! I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Up, trial time, yay. I feel so empty. So deflated after all that.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Let's get this over with, Bear.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Yeah, we gotta avenge Sakura. And that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Next time, we go into the 4th trial and avenge Sakura. But until then, I hope you have a good morning, day, or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you later. Bye.